I'm going to tell you something that most realtors in Florida are too afraid to say. If you buy the wrong house in the wrong community, you're gonna be lonely. I see it every single day. A couple spends 40 years working in the Northeast or the Midwest. They dream of the day they can finally sell the big family home, move to Florida, and live in a quiet, secluded 55 plus neighborhood where the loudest sound is the morning breeze through the palm trees. They find a beautiful villa, they sign the papers, and for the first 6 months, it's paradise. And then the grandparent trap sets in. They realize that because they chose a community that is 40 minutes from the beach, or lacks a resort pool, or is tucked away in the corner of the county with nothing for a 10-year-old or a 25-year-old to do, their kids and grandkids only visit once a year. And when they do visit, they stay in a hotel because your maintenance-free villa doesn't have the space. Today, we're spending a chunk of time deep diving into how to avoid the grandparent trap. I'm going to show you how to buy in Sarasota or Lakewood Ranch that acts as a family magnet. We're going to talk about the resort life, infrastructure, the specific floor plans that work for multi-generational visits, and the 3 communities that are currently winning the battle for the best place to retire and stay connected. Section 1, the psychology of the family magnet home. Before we talk about zip codes, we have to talk about the psychology. When your adult children are deciding where to spend their precious 1 week of vacation, they are competing with Disney, the Caribbean, and with their own desire just to stay home and rest. If your Florida home feels like a chore to visit, they won't come. Now, if it feels like a resort, they'll be booking flights before you even ask. In Sarasota, a family magnet home has 3 pillars: access, amenities, and autonomy. Access means you're within 25 minutes of the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport, otherwise known as SRQ. I can't stress this enough. If your kids fly into Tampa and then sit in traffic for over an hour on I-75 just to see you, you've already lost. Amenities means the resort pool. We aren't talking about the small rectangular hole in the ground in your backyard. We are talking about the community lagoons, the splash pads for the toddlers, the tiki bars where your adult children can grab a drink and feel like they are actually on vacation. Autonomy is about the floor plan. We are seeing a massive trend in next-gen suites or casitas. If you want a home where, when the family comes to visit, they have their own wing, if everyone is sharing one hallway and one bathroom, this visit will end in 3 days. If they have their own space, they'll stay for 10. Section 2, the winners, community deep dives. Let's get into the dirt. Where should you actually be looking? Community 1, the Lake Club in Lakewood Ranch. If you have a budget, meaning you're looking in the $2 million to $5 million range, the Lake Club is the gold standard. Why? Because it doesn't feel like a retirement community. It feels like a 5-star hotel. The Grand Clubhouse is nearly 30,000 square feet. It has full-time lifestyle directors. When your grandkids come to visit, you aren't the one entertaining them. The community is. There are organized events, movie nights on the lawn, and a pool area that rivals the Ritz-Carlton. From a real estate perspective, the Lake Club is also one of the best value holds in the region. The architectural standards are so high that the curb appeal of the entire neighborhood is protected for decades. You aren't just buying a house, you're buying into a brand. Community 2, Esplanade, and there's a number of locations across Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. Now, let's talk about the active adult who still wants to play. If you're a golfer or a pickleball addict, Esplanade is the name you need to know. Whether it's Esplanade at Azario or an established Esplanade on Palmer Ranch, the grandparent play here is the social calendar. Your kids want to see you happy. They want to see you active. There is nothing more depressing for visiting family than seeing their parents sitting in a house doing nothing. In Esplanade, you're likely at the culinary center taking a cooking class or playing a round of 18. The energy is infectious. When family visits, they step into your high energy life, and that makes the trip memorable. Community 3, West of Trail or Siesta Key, proximity. If you want to be the cool grandparent, you buy near the water. You don't necessarily have to be on the water. That's a near $10 million entry point these days for a large single family home. But you want to be within 10 minutes of a golf cart ride to Siesta Key or Turtle Beach. If you can tell your grandkids, hey, hop in the golf cart, let's get ice cream at the village, and then watch the sunset at the #1 beach in America, you've already won. You are now the favorite destination. Neighborhoods like Cherokee Park or South Point offer the old-fashioned charm with the modern luxury of being near the action. Section 3, the floor plan masterclass. Let's talk about Sarasota floor plans. When you're looking at a listing on my site, I want you to look for 3 specific things. The pocket-in slider. These are glass doors that slide entirely into the wall. It turns your living room and your night into one giant room. For a holiday dinner or a family reunion, this is the X factor. The outdoor kitchen. In Florida, we live outside. If you're stuck inside cooking while the family is out by the pool, you're missing on the memories. A high-end outdoor kitchen with a vented hood and pizza oven, that's not a luxury for the grandparent magnate. It's a necessity. The guest wing privacy. Look for split floor plans. You want the primary suite on one side of the house and the guest bedrooms entirely on the opposite side. This allows for quiet hours. You can go to bed at 9 p.m. and your adult children can stay up in the kitchen or out by the pool without waking you up. Section 4, fact checking the second home financials. I want to pause and do a quick reality check on the numbers for 2026. A lot of you are coming from states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, or Michigan. You're used to a certain tax structure. In Florida, we have no state income tax, which is the headline. But as a second home buyer, you need to understand that you won't get the homestead exemption benefits on day one if it's not your primary residence. Your property taxes will be higher than your neighbor who lives there year round. You need to factor in about 1.1 to 1.2% of the purchase price for your annual property taxes. Additionally, let's talk about insurance and mitigation. If you're buying a second home that will sit empty for 3 months in the summer, you must have a smart home system. We're talking about leak detectors under every sink and a dual compressor AC system. In 2026, Florida insurance companies are actually giving discounts for these active mitigation systems that can save you 15% on your premium. Section 5, the exit from the north. Many of my boomer clients are in between phase. You haven't sold the northern home yet, but you're ready to buy here. The biggest mistake waiting for the perfect time in the Sarasota luxury market, waiting usually costs you about $100,000 a year in appreciation and missed opportunities. We have a saying, you buy the lifestyle and the investment follows. If you find a house in Waterside or the Lake Club that fits your family's needs, pull the trigger. We can handle the northern exit logistics later. I have a network of agents in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut that I work with to coordinate simultaneous closings. We make it so you can move out of the snow and into the sun in one 48-hour window. Section 6, why Sarasota over Naples or Miami? People often ask me, why shouldn't I just go to Naples? Naples is beautiful, but Naples is, quite frankly, older. If you want your 20-something grandkids to enjoy their visit, Sarasota has the edge. We have the Ringling Museum, we have the opera, we have the nightlife downtown Sarasota, and we have a much more diverse age range. Sarasota is a real city. Naples is a retirement town. When your family visits, they want a real city experience. They want to go to high-end rooftop bars like the Perspective or Art Ovation. They want to see the UTC Mall, which is one of the premier shopping destinations in the Southeast. Your legacy starts with a zip code. At the end of the day, you aren't just buying real estate, you're buying the backdrop for your family's future memories. You're buying the pool where your grandson will learn to swim. You're buying the kitchen where you'll host Thanksgiving for the next 20 years. Don't fall into the grandparent trap. Don't buy for the life you have today. Buy for the family you want to see every month. If you want to see my curated list of top 10 family magnet communities in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch, I've put the link in the description below. Or better yet, give me a call. Let's talk about your family, your grandkids, and your goals. We'll find the house that keeps the door swinging open. I'm Darren Dowling with Beyond Realty. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on our next neighborhood tour. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It will mean the world to me. It also helps my channel's content find people like yourselves looking to relocate to the Sarasota area. And again, that's kind of why I do it. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get more content, and we'll see you next week.